G'day guys, we're here today at World Gym Ashmore with Nathan Wallace. Nathan's one of the trainers here. I've got a long list of accomplishments from Nathan. He's only a young guy. How old are you now?
25.
25. He's a natural bodybuilder and he's won a few titles. Just to mention a couple, he's won the INBA Junior Olympia in 2009, the ANB Asia Pacific overall champion, and he's also won ANB overall Mr. Australia. As well as being a great bodybuilder, he's also a natural powerlifter as well, and he competes in a federation called CAPO. Just going off some of your powerlifting achievements, you squatted 230 in competition, you've benched 170, and you deadlifted a massive 312 kilos, which is I understand you're going for another world record in 4 weeks' time.
Yep.
That federation, AWPC?
That AWPC is a part of the of CAPO, so I'll be at the CAPO Nationals in 4 weeks.
Drug tested.
That'll be drug tested for the AWPC. So AWPC is the drug tested part of the WPC, which is the World Powerlifting Congress.
Right. Okay. So, and what are you going for there? What deadlift?
I'll probably go up around, or the world record at the moment is only 300, so I'm above that. My strength's above that at the moment, so I'll probably shoot around the 312 mark again, and then probably try and shoot for 317.5, which will be 700 pounds.
Wow, big deadlift. Okay, so today we're going to you're going to run through one of your favourite routines. What kind of program are we going to do today with you?
Today we'll be doing a upper body power workout. So it'll be more based on just lower reps, a little bit lower volume than your normal sort of bodybuilding split. The program's generally based on for more power athletes or any sort of athlete that is trying to increase power output and stuff like that. So footballers who need more power and stuff like that. So it is a good basis, like all-round workouts. It can work for bodybuilders as well if they want to increase some power and strength, and so they can then lift heavier weights on their more volume days as well. So it pretty much hits everything for the upper body part.
So one of your clients that you take through, even a guy that's trying to put a little bit of muscle on and get a little bit stronger, it's a perfect kind of
yeah. See, I like trying to increase strength because then, like I said, when you can do some more of the hypertrophy sort of work, the hypertrophy work's done with more weight, then therefore can increase more muscle. So the stronger the athlete gets, also the ability to put on more muscle as well.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And what body parts are we doing?
Today we'll be doing pretty much your whole upper body, so it'll be chest, back, shoulders, biceps and triceps. Awesome. So we'll try and get it all done. Okay,
well I'll follow you around and make sure you don't, if you need a hand, I'll give you a bit of a hand.
I might need something, yeah.
Okay, let's do it, man. Cool. So we're going to get going. So first exercise is?
Pendlay rows. So it's like a barbell row but off the floor.
Right.
So it just helps build that explosive power. Especially really good for deadlifts, getting the explosive power off the floor with your back. So
any things you got to watch in this?
Try and keep your back nice and neutral. So you don't want it completely arched, but again you don't want it really rounded. So back nice and flat, so neutral position. Kind of horizontal to the floor. You can raise up slightly off the start to help just get that back involvement at the start.
Yep.
But don't come up too far, and then it's a big row with the arms.
Okay, let's get into it. How many sets are you going to do?
I'll do 3 sets. So most of my workouts most of my exercises have three sets. Some of them I do cut back to 2. So
okay.
The big exercises I try and have a few more sets of.
Warm up. Okay, good. So second set, what are we going up to?
We got this will be the second
120.
Warm-up, the last warm-up. Will be 120 kilo, and then my first work set will be 140.
Okay, let's do it. So we're straight into a working set now?
Yeah, this will be one first working set, so I'll do 3 working sets with 140.
How many reps are you looking at?
Trying to shoot for 5, so hopefully I can keep my form,
Okay.
all 5 reps, and hopefully my grip holds
That's
out.
where you kind of go for that power kind of range?
It's all more power range in that 5 rep range.
Cool. Good set, bud. So chalk, what are you using the chalk for?
Chalk pretty much just takes away the moisture out of your hand, so it helps grip to the bar.
Right.
You just get that, you lose that slipperiness that the bar can sometimes have.
Okay. So just better grip.
Just a better grip, yeah. Just so you don't have to use, you can still rely on your pure strength for, so you can help out with your grip strength.
Yep, okay.
Don't lose it with strap.
You're not worried about holding onto the bar
Yeah.
anymore. Second working set. Yep, let's do it. Nice. This is working set number 3. Good work. It's important to note with Nathan when he's doing them, the first rep's very, very similar to the last rep as far as his form. So if you got to a point where you started to feel your form...
If my lower back started to really feel like it was starting to bend and struggle a little bit to hold myself,
you'd finish there?
then I'd finish, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so second exercise?
Second exercise is going to be pull-ups. With this one, the things I try to keep in mind is try to get my chest, like pull my chest up to the bar, or up to the top. So instead of trying to pull my chin to the bar, which can sometimes pull your biceps and your shoulders into it a bit too much, try and arch my back and get my chest up.
Okay.
It just helps with that bit of that arch and switches on your back and your lats a little bit better.
Okay, and you're going to use a bit of weight?
Yeah, I'm going to try and use a bit of weight. I like actually when I'm doing pull-ups, pulling the weight behind me.
Yep.
It helps me get underneath the weight, underneath and get my chest up a bit better.
So it pulls your body position
pulls
forward.
my body position into a better position.
Okay,
forward.
cool. Okay, so second set. It's going to go for 8 reps again. That was his third and final set. What's the next one?
We're going to go to bench press now.
Bench press? Okay, cool. So that was it for back, just the 2 exercises?
Yeah, just the 2 exercises. So it's more, I said, go try and cover the whole body workout. So just trying to stick with 2 and then move on to the next one.
Okay, and this is obviously bench for chest.
So
key things with this?
With the key things with this, like because I stick to more powerlifting styles, I think it's a little bit more safer on the shoulders, and plus it's a bit stronger position too, so you can lift more. So try and keep my shoulder blades squeezed together and push down.
Yep.
Also try to create a little bit of an arch in my back. That helps keep your shoulders locked in place.
Right.
Also helps improve leverages as well. So you don't have to bring the butt, like if your chest is up as high as possible, the bar doesn't have to travel down as low. You actually get more of a stretch to the shoulder, to the pec.
Right,
the shoulders are locked back further, so you get a better stretch to the pec without having to go into the shoulders too much.
Yep.
And then you can drive up. It's a lot stronger that way.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'll get another shot. Second set, we're going to go up to 100. Yep. Just explain your foot position and the way you keep your body, and for obviously powerlifting's a lot different to a bodybuilding type where your kind of elbows are a little bit higher.
So the reason why my elbows are in a little bit tighter, I'll start with the upper body part first. With bodybuilders, they obviously tend to try and keep their elbows a little bit wider so they can get a bit of stretch to the pec. For me, when I was a little bit younger, I used to do that sort of style. It puts a lot more strain into my pec tendon instead of the actual pec. So, but I find it a little bit better. As soon as I move my elbows into a bit lower position, the actual muscle, I can still feel the belly working a little bit better. So that's got to do with the shoulders. With the feet position, you realise I put my feet on the bench. All that is to try and get me on top of my shoulders so I can really lock my shoulders down.
Right.
And then I put my feet down. I try and put my feet underneath me as far as possible without lifting my heels off the floor, and then plant my feet into the floor. It gives me a bit more power and stability to the movement. So your feet are like your base, so you need to have a really good solid base.
Yep.
So that's why I try and keep my feet underneath me as much, which allows me to get a good arch, and then pushed in to keep the base strong.
Okay, cool. To the next set. Okay, so we're going to do 3 working sets now, 145 kilos. So, and how many reps are you going for?
Shooting for 4 to 5, so depending on how I feel today. Okay. 3, 2.
Drive. Good. Okay, so second working. Good. Okay, third and final set. Good. Nice work. Okay, so that's it for your bench. We're going to go over and do some pec deck now.
Yeah, just do some pec deck, open up my chest. I usually do that on my last exercise because it just helps stretch my chest out. I still get a good workout through my chest. I find I get less injuries to my shoulders and my pecs.
Okay.
If I finish off with that.
Okay, cool. So first, second pec deck, obviously this is a good stretching movement to open your chest up.
Good stretching one again, like I try to, same with my chest, my bench press, I try and keep my shoulder blades off the back as far as I can. I try not to come around too much and involve my shoulders right when I finish it off. So usually with this one I don't actually come too far and touch my hands.
Okay.
I usually just bring it into about shoulder width and then release back, otherwise my shoulders tend to take over too much. Okay. I have a problem with that, my shoulders like to take over and everything.
Okay, so second set we're going to jump up a little bit.
This is my first working set.
First working? Okay.
I just do 2 sets of this.
Okay. I always say to my clients with a pec deck is trying to keep your body in a T position, so when your arms are out, they're perpendicular to the floor. So you're creating a T shape, not too high, not too low. Is this your last set?
Yeah, last,
your last working set?
Sets on the pec deck.
Okay. Nice work. Okay, so next movement we're going to do is for shoulders, right?
Yeah, going to do shoulders, so I'll do a dumbbell shoulder press now, so just another pressing movement.
And that's your only shoulder movement?
Yeah, then I just do this, that's my main one. In workouts and later in the week, I hit my shoulders a little bit more, but for this one it's just the press.
Okay, cool. So we do shoulder press now. Any key things with this exercise to avoid or that you try and achieve when you're doing it?
I try to set up similar to my bench, but sitting upright, to be honest. So again, I try and keep my shoulder blades locked together and push down a little bit of an arch. I try not to overdo my arch with this one, just to strain on my lower back. Again, I try to keep my elbows a little bit more forward, not too far forward where it's right in front of me, but not all the way back where it stretches the shoulder joint again. So just trying to get that in-between balance.
Okay, and how far do you normally come down?
I usually can't bring my hand level down to about eye level.
Okay.
Not too far where again it dips and my shoulders have to move out of the socket.
Yeah.
Just so I hit that sort of spot just around that middle of the head mark.
Okay.
And then back up.
Let's do it.
See, I put my lips, chicken like a scenery. I put my rap, where it needs to be.
So your first set was only 32 kilos. You have a pretty big jump up to 48. You find that?
It's fine for me because I'm already warm
Yep.
from all the pressing movements and the pec deck. I don't really need to keep doing small increments all the way up. I just need to get the feel of the movement right. And once I've got that right, I feel like I can jump straight up.
So it's that connection between actually having that weight in your hand and...
Yeah, so I've already held, like with the bench press, we already held 145. So the weight in the hands feels like I've already got that.
Okay.
Now I just get the range of movement right.
Yep.
And then I move into the working set.
Okay, cool. Nice work. Something to note when Nathan's doing that, he starts with the dumbbell on his knee, moves it up into position, and he ends with it on his knee. So he's not having to jerk the dumbbell up. A lot of times you get injuries from your shoulder or your bicep, actually trying to get the dumbbells in position on the shoulder press. So good thing to note. Okay, second working set. One more. Okay, third and final set. Good. Nice work. Stuff. Okay, so we're going to go into, that's it for shoulders.
That's it for shoulders, so just the 3 exercises.
The chest.
That's
chest and shoulders.
Just powered. So now I'll go into some arm work, just a little bit of heavy work, so barbell curls and skull crushes.
Okay, cool, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to start off with obviously one of the best movements for biceps, for overall mass, and for forearms as well, is your bicep curl.
Yep.
And you're going to superset that with a tricep movement, skull crushes?
Yeah, so the two exercises, like John said, that I find best for arms. One is the barbell curl for your biceps. Just good for overall mass and strength. And the next one's skull crushes. So I think that's the next best one, or the best tricep exercise there is.
Yeah.
So we're quite warm now, so I don't really need to do any warm-ups. I should be able to just jump straight into it.
Okay, let's do it. Nice work. Okay, so this one's an exercise called skull crushers, which isn't a very nice name for an exercise. So, but lying tricep extensions, skull crushers. Sweet. One more. Yep. Just on those two exercises, the barbell curl, you know, a lot of guys have different opinions on where to have it. You know, like I kind of tend to have my arms slightly forward. Other guys like to have their arms further back. For you on those two movements, is it more of a what feels more comfortable for you? Or?
Yeah, I do. So I find it hard sometimes to feel it in my biceps, so I've had to really go back, sort of really concentrate on where it does feel best for me. For me, try not to bring it too close to my body because I feel my shoulders take over a little bit too much of the weight with that one. So I just try and keep my elbows by my sides as much as possible.
Yep.
And wherever my arms come out from there, that's where that's where the bar travels. So that's pretty much it for the bicep curl. With a skull crusher, you probably find that I pretty much go to the top of my forehead and then bring it down just past my head. Reason being is I try and get a little bit more of a stretch through the tricep as I go back. So it just stretches out the long head of the tricep a little bit.
Yep.
I find it a little bit stronger that way, and I get a bit of contraction through my tricep.
Okay.
Try to keep my elbows tucked in as much as possible. For me, they do flare out a little bit, but that's just my flexibility range, so I can't keep them quite tucked in that much.
Yeah.
The bigger guys usually have trouble with that.
Yeah. Arms start to get further and further away,
Further
the more
away from
bigger
the
you
actual
get.
bringing it in, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as you're trying to keep them in, then that's ideal.
Okay.
First class with the seat back, I still see you in my past. You on the other side of the glass of my memories museum. I'm just saying, hey Mona Lisa, come home. You know you can't roll without Caesar.
Up. One more. Finish it up. I swear. Okay, second working for tries. One more. Okay, so third and final set on this one.
Yep.
I noticed you do a little bit more reps on the biceps and your tricep movements than you do on the other ones for your working set.
Yeah, I try to, with my arms I don't feel it quite as great as I go really heavy, so that I'm trying to go really too far under 5. Every now and then I might do down to 5 and 4, but I try to keep them a little bit higher range.
So 6 to 8 kind of range?
So yeah, that's 6 to 8 to 10, even 10 marks I think. Okay. And then when I go into hypertrophy work, it's even further above that. So.
Up. Nice. Okay, last set.
Yep.
One more.
Sweet.
That's it?
Yeah, it's all done.
Good stuff, man. Thanks very much for that. But that whole routine, how long will that normally take in the off season? And then obviously you've got a comp coming up soon.
So in my off season, I do that routine. It usually takes me the same time as I do in my during season as well. I try to keep it the same. It's about an hour and a half. I just start to fatigue a little bit now, so I'm 4 weeks out from the powerlifting comp and 11 weeks out from my first bodybuilding comp. So the dieting's starting to fatigue a little bit towards the end of the workout. So try to keep the pace up. Sometimes my reps start to drop off a little bit just because I'm getting tired and fatigued.
Okay. Any sponsors you want to thank?
I'd like to thank Gentech. They're my biggest sponsor and my only sponsor at the moment. So it's good because Nick Jones has always supported me. He's always really been there for me. So I couldn't thank him enough for what he's done.
It's a great company, and Nick obviously is a world champion, so it's always good to have someone like that behind you.
Yeah, he's always got good advice to give me, so whenever I need anything, I just give him a call, and he's always there to help me out. So whether it be competing or even life matters, he seems to know it. Always a good guy. So always man.
Okay, it's been a pleasure. Anyone that wants to get trained by Nathan, obviously down at World Gym here, I've recommended a lot of my nutrition clients to come and see him, and he's always fulfilled their goals and taken them to a new level. So just come down and see him. Thanks very much, Nathan.
Thanks for that.
See you again.
We do.